Delicatum is a strange fusion rifle to say the least. When you aim down sights with it, it behaves like any other rapid-fire frame fusion rifle with liquid coils. And if you aim from the hip, it behaves sort of like a fake Coriolis force because it shoots horizontally and its spread is pretty massive. So, first thoughts, that's basically what everyone would be saying about this weapon. But there's something rather strange about its interaction in both firing forms. The fact that it does 20% more damage when you're firing from the hip. And I do not know whether this is a bug or whatever, but I have consistently been able to do 20% increased damage whenever I'm firing from the hip, and I'm going to show you a couple of clips where this is the case. So against normal PvE combatants, I'm dealing 2643 damage when firing from the hip per bolt. But when I'm aiming down sights, I deal 2202 damage. Using the power of math, that's about 20% increase in damage. And this is pretty consistent. It does this 20% increase in damage against basically everything when you're firing from the hip. So this is actually a pretty solid option when you're using this for ad clear. I feel that PvE, it definitely works its magic because it has a wide spread, allowing it to hit multiple targets, and you're doing more damage, especially when you pick up the ionic trace and are able to jolt nearby target, which makes for pretty good crowd control when you're facing PvE combatants. But what about PvP? Well, it's not good, and I'm not really gonna talk much about it. I don't have the catalyst now, but even with the catalyst, from what I can read on LightGG, it's not really gonna change my mind on this. But let's talk damage first. So, when you're firing from the hip, anywhere from a 10-meter range, I didn't really test further than this, my bad, sorry, but it will deal 17 damage per bolt when you're firing from the hip. And it will deal 14 damage when you're aiming down sights. Again, using math, this is about a 20% increase in damage. I don't have the footage here because I didn't think to record it at the time, but when you get the damage bonus from picking up an ionic trace, the damage changes from 14 to 15 damage when you ADS, and 17 to 18 damage when you hipfire. But because the hipfire is so wide, I don't see a reason for you to use hipfire at all in Crucible. You basically miss your shots almost all the time. Overall, I think this weapon would better perform in PvE, since it can do more damage, which is pretty noticeable, and is able to spread jolt to nearby targets. In PvP, I don't really see anyone using it because it doesn't really have very PvP-centered perks like under pressure or high impact reserves, but then again, a fusion rifle having something like that would be pretty broken. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this weapon down below, and have any of you gotten the catalyst yet? Personally, I haven't gotten the catalyst yet because I'm currently stuck at 28 out of 200 calibration progress. I'm pretty sure this is a bug, so hopefully Bungie does address it in the coming few days because this is getting really annoying. Honestly, I wanted to get the catalyst and test this out, but after reading what it said on LightGG, I felt that having the catalyst doesn't really make for that much of a difference in PvP anyways, so, you know, I'm just gonna skip that.